What if you could retire abroad using nothing but your Canadian passport? No retirement visa, no pension income test, no massive bank deposits, no proving to some foreign government that you have thousands of dollars sitting in savings. Just your passport and a little out-of-the-box thinking. I'm Joe Macek, investment advisor and portfolio manager with IA Private Wealth, IA Private Wealth USA, and Joe Macek Private Capital. And today, you will learn how to utilize your Canadian passport to retire abroad with no income requirements, no savings thresholds, and no government approvals. Just visa-free access to countries where your retirement dollars go dramatically further. You'll also learn about the 3 specific countries that give Canadian passport holders the most meaningful time abroad with 0 visas, 0 red tape, and 0 formal retirement applications, and how to stack those countries into a simple retirement rotation loop that lets you retire abroad comfortably, legally, and potentially indefinitely on your own terms. Let's get started. Now, I want to be upfront. When I first started putting this video together, my honest reaction was this retirement abroad hack feels almost illegal. Because when you see how clean, easy, and cost-effective this actually is, it's hard to believe that more people aren't doing it. You see, very few Canadians know that they can retire this way because most Canadians, the moment they start thinking seriously about retiring abroad, they immediately assume it means picking one country, applying for residency, filling out a mountain of paperwork, proving income, moving money around, and making a permanent life commitment in another country. But what if there was another way? What if you didn't have to retire to one country at all, but instead built a simple retirement abroad rotation loop using your Canadian passport to move between 2 or 3 countries, spending meaningful amounts of time in each one, all within the normal tourist entry rules that already exist. No retirement visas, no income tests, and no red tape. Here's how it can work. The first thing I did was I searched for countries where your Canadian passport alone could get you admitted into a foreign country without any formal visa applications. So basically, I wanted countries that were similar to the way most Canadians enter the United States. You show up with your Canadian passport, and assuming there are no issues, you don't actually have to apply for any visas in advance. You're basically just admitted at the border as a visitor with the expectation that you're going to be there temporarily and that you're going to leave when your time is up. So that was the first requirement. Where can Canadians go in the world with just their passport, enter under normal tourist rules, and get enough time in the country to make it a meaningful stay? But visa-free access alone wasn't enough. That was just the first filter. The second condition was cost of living, because the whole point of this strategy is not just to travel, it's finding places where your CPP, your OAS, your RRIF withdrawals, whatever your retirement income looks like, actually goes a lot further. Where you'll live better, spend less, and have a higher quality of life than you do right now in Canada. And that second cost of living filter narrowed down the list even more, and I was left with just a handful of options that made any sense whatsoever. And it was at that point that I added my final filter, which was travel time. I wanted to optimize the countries so that they were close enough together that you could actually rotate between them. I didn't want to be flying all over the world. I didn't want one country on one side of the planet and the next country on the other side. In my mind, that would have completely defeated the purpose of this entire exercise. And after everything was said and done, once I put all of those countries through those filters, I ended up with 3 countries that made the most sense for this retirement rotation. And the first of our 3 countries that we will live in is Georgia. And here's why. Canadians can stay in Georgia visa-free for up to 365 days. Not 30 days, not 60 days, up to a full year. You show up with your Canadian passport, and assuming everything's in order, you're in. No visa application, no income test, no locking money into a foreign bank. Just your passport and up to a year. This is what separates Georgia from almost every other country on this list. Take the Philippines, for example. Canadians can enter visa-free for 30 days. That's a great start, but what if you want to stay longer? You're looking at a 29-day extension and then another extension application after that. Immigration offices, forms, and more fees. Now you're managing paperwork. Now you have friction, and friction is exactly what the strategy is designed to eliminate. Georgia is different. Up to 365 days, no extensions, no immigration offices, no forms. You show up, you get your stamp, and you have a full year to work with. That changes the entire math of the rotation because now you're not scrambling to figure out where to go next. Georgia fills in the rest of the year around whatever other countries you choose. The lifestyle backs it up. Tbilisi has a real city feel. Good food, cafe culture, a growing expat community, and Batumi sits on the Black Sea if you want something coastal. The mountain regions are unlike anything most Canadians have ever seen, affordable, safe, and up to a full year on nothing more than a Canadian passport. Not only that, a one-bedroom apartment in Tbilisi currently runs anywhere from about $463 US in the suburbs to about $705 US in the city center. In Canadian dollars, that is roughly about $640 to $975 a month. And this is for a fully furnished apartment in a capital city. So what does a realistic monthly budget actually look like in Tbilisi? Well, most expats report living comfortably on $1,000 to $1,500 US dollars per month, which is roughly $1,380 to $2,070 Canadian. So for most of the year, you can live very well for a very modest budget. Speaking numbers, I want to take a quick moment to genuinely thank the over 29,000 people whom have chosen to give me the highest compliment you can give a creator, which is not just watching but subscribing. With that said, over 90% of you watching right now still aren't subscribed. So if you are finding this content helpful, I genuinely appreciate it if you take a second to like the video and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it truly helps this channel reach many more Canadians who could benefit from clear, practical retirement planning. If you happen to see the hype button, please feel free to click that as well, as it's a newer YouTube feature for smaller channels like mine. And I have noticed that when people do hit it, the reach and the momentum of the video really do increase. And if any of this has you thinking about your own situation, whether that's making the move to retire abroad or simply making sure your investments and retirement savings are in the best possible shape before you go, that's exactly what we do. We help Canadians plan their retirement, manage their investments, and make sure that everything is taken care of so that a transition like this is as smooth as possible. Feel free to reach out. Our contact information is in the description below. I've also dropped a link where you can plug in your own numbers into our planning software ahead of time so you can come prepared and ready to have a meaningful conversation when we connect. Everything you need is in the description below and on the main channel page. And as always, thanks again in advance for your support. It truly means a lot. Now, once you've spent meaningful time in Georgia, the next stop in the retirement abroad rotation loop is Thailand. And Thailand is something else entirely. Warm weather, tropical lifestyle, beaches, incredible food, and a cost of living that for many Canadians is really affordable. For Canadian tourists, Thailand currently offers a 60-day visa exemption on arrival. You show up with your Canadian passport, and assuming everything is in order, you're in. No advanced visa application, no bank deposit, 60 days, no red tape. And just in case you want to, there's an optional 30-day extension available through a Thai immigration office if you want it. But for this version of the rotation loop, we don't even need it. We will take the 60 days without any paperwork or fees, and we will move on. However, there is something important you should know about Thailand before you build this into your rotation. For years, people have been doing what are called visa runs, leaving Thailand for a day, crossing a border, turning around, and coming back for a fresh tourist entry, essentially living in Thailand permanently on back-to-back tourist stamps. Thailand cracked down hard on this in November 2025, with immigration officers now empowered to deny entry to travelers showing patterns of repeated short-term entries. And as of April 2026, Thailand is also signaling a potential reduction of the visa-free period from 60 days back to 30 days with no final decision yet. With that said, this retirement rotation loop is not a visa run. You'll be leaving for months at a time, not days, so there should be no issues as you will be leaving for well over 180 days, which likely makes things okay. But entry rules can change, and border officers always have that discretion. So make sure that you confirm current Thai entry rules before you book anything. And the last stop, which completes our retire abroad rotation loop, is Albania. And Albania gives this retire abroad rotation loop strategy something neither Georgia nor Thailand can match. While Georgia is your anchor and Thailand is your warm weather escape, Albania is your European lifestyle at a fraction of what Europe actually costs. For Canadians, Albania allows visa-free stays of up to 90 days in any 180-day period. Show up with your Canadian passport, assuming everything is in order, you're in. No retirement visa, no pension income test, no bank deposit. And what makes Albania genuinely interesting is that you are getting a European experience, beaches, mountains, old towns, cafe culture, without paying the high European prices. The cost of living is still dramatically lower lower than most of Western Europe, and for a Canadian retiree, that can be meaningful. Here's one more thing most people don't think about when building a retirement rotation like this: weather timing. Because the goal isn't just to be in these countries. The goal is to be in each country when the lifestyle is actually at its best. So here's how the timing could work. You could start in Thailand for January and February. That would give you 60 days, which happens to line up with Thailand's cooler, drier season, which is generally considered one of the better times to be there. And conveniently, it also means you are somewhere warm while Canada is buried in snow. From there, you might shift to Albania sometime around March, April, and May. 90 days of spring in Europe, potentially before the peak summer heat sets in, and while the coastline and old towns may still feel comfortable and uncrowded. Then, Georgia could carry you for the rest of the year. Late spring, summer, fall, and potentially into December. Roughly 215 days. Georgia's milder months, May, June, September, and October, tend to be particularly pleasant, though summer could work well too, depending on where you choose to base yourself. So the full math might look something like this: 60 days in Thailand, 90 days in Albania, and around 215 days in Georgia, 365 days in total, 1 full year abroad, and it could all be done on normal tourist entry rules with nothing more than a Canadian passport. Now, is this for everyone? No. This clearly isn't for everyone. This type of retirement probably works best for someone who is flexible, comfortable renting furnished apartments, and not looking to move an entire household around the world. But for the right person, someone on a modest retirement income, someone who may be watching their purchasing power shrink a little more every year in Canada, someone who wants warmer weather, lower costs, better food, and more life, this could be a completely different way to think about what retirement is actually supposed to look like. Here's the bottom line. Your Canadian passport is already one of the most powerful retirement tools you have, and most Canadians have no idea. 3 countries, 60 days in Thailand, 90 days in Albania, 215 days in Georgia, a full year abroad on normal tourist entry rules with no retirement visa, no pension income tests, no massive bank deposits, and absolutely no red tape. The traditional retirement script says pick one place and stay there. This says build a loop, follow the weather, follow the lower cost of living, and retire on your own terms. These are the types of videos we love to work on, and if you're curious as to how this might apply to your own situation, feel free to reach out. We're always happy to walk through the numbers with you and see if there's a way to improve your retirement outlook, reduce unnecessary tax, and make the plan fit your life, not the other way around. Do you want to see the top 6 countries to retire abroad to by qualifying with just your CPP and OAS income, with no deposits required and no local tax on your Canadian pensions? Or maybe you just want to see my latest upload. Well, I've got everything all queued up and ready for you. Click here for more amazing financial insights. I'll be waiting. We'll see you soon.